How many times have you said, "I don't know," not out of humility, but out of fear? Maybe you've lived this. You had something important to say, but stayed silent. You had convictions, but preferred not to bother. You knew what was right, but said, "I'm not sure." And then everyone praises you. "Wow, you're so humble." But is it really humility? Or are you just fleeing the truth? Chesterton's warning. G.K. Chesterton, a brilliant English writer of the 20th century, said something that seems to have been written for today. Humility ceased to be a virtue about the ego and became a doubt about the truth. That is, being humble stopped meaning recognizing that you don't know everything and turned into believing that no one can know anything. The new humble, who never affirms anything. In today's society, calling someone convinced sounds like an offense. If someone says, "I believe this," the world responds, "Who are you to claim that?" So you learn not to take a stand, not to say what you believe, to always add a maybe, I think, I'm not quite sure, even when your heart knows very well. This kind of humility is praised, but it's like a building without a foundation, beautiful on the outside, about to collapse on the inside. Humility in the Bible is not cowardice. The Bible is clear. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Proverbs 9:10. Fearing God is recognizing that He knows more than you. This is real humility. Not denying the truth, but recognizing its source. Moses called himself incapable, but still faced Pharaoh. Paul called himself the least of the apostles, but didn't silence the truth out of fear. Jesus was gentle and humble, but never stopped saying, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." When fleeing the truth disguises itself as virtue. Imagine someone with talent. They can sing, teach, lead, but keep saying, "I'm not good enough." We call it modesty. But sometimes it's fear of commitment, fear of making mistakes, or worse, fear of being responsible for the truth they carry. Chesterton saw this in the modern world. People who hide in doubt so they don't have to fight for the truth. The humility that transforms and the one that paralyzes. Being humble isn't about extinguishing yourself. It's about shining with the awareness that the light comes from elsewhere. As Lewis says, humility is not thinking less of yourself, it is thinking less about yourself. You can be confident without being arrogant. You can speak with firmness without losing gentleness. True humility listens more, but doesn't silence itself out of fear. Acknowledges flaws, but doesn't retreat from the mission. Knows when it makes mistakes, but also knows when it's right. You can keep calling insecurity humility, or you can start living true humility, the one that recognizes the truth even when it's uncomfortable, even when it demands courage. Chesterton saw this error back then, and perhaps you're repeating it today. If this made sense to you, subscribe to the channel and comment below. What truth are you hiding under the excuse of appearing humble?